Not all retinoids are created equal. There are currently so many options in the market that you can buy from. Some give you smoother, better skin. Some just give you irritation, breakouts, or disappointment. And after trying 10 different retinol and retinal products over time, from Korean skincare to luxury formulas to affordable options, I can finally tell you which ones actually I would recommend, which one I would skip, and which one is actually worth it for a very specific skin type. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Neha here. I am an ICA certified skincare coach. Over the past few years, I have tried so many retinol and retinal formulations. I have switched percentages, brands. I even tried plant-based alternatives to retinol to actually see how each of these differentiates in terms of formulation, results, skin feel, and possibly give you a holistic viewpoint of what each of these products can literally do, can't do, which skin type they're actually meant for. So let's begin. Starting with the Celimax Retinal Short Tightening Booster. This one felt like a results first retinal, not a comfort first product. I did see that it can help with the smoother, more refined looking skin over time, but it's not beginner friendly, especially if your skin is sensitive. The texture and performance are impressive, but I had to really respect my skin's limit with this one. Also, it can leave a slight yellow tint on the skin as well. I have done detailed videos on this. There is a 2-week update, there is a 30-day update, and there is a 2-month update when I used this along with another Celimax product. They're all linked in the description below in case you're interested, you want to see, check them out after this video. Now, when I said it's a result first retinal and not a comfort first, I personally felt a tingling sensation, not extreme, but I did feel spicules while rubbing this product on my skin. I see some of you did not feel that at all, so maybe that tingling sensation can be subjective to your skin's tolerance. Verdict, good. Excellent option for retinoid users, for experienced retinoid users. Not my pick for beginners or damaged barrier skin. Next up is the Celimax Retinol Serum. Out of the 2 Celimax retinoids, this is the one that felt more obviously active on my skin. I noticed more of that stingy, active feeling even when my skin looked okay from the outside. So yes, it works, but it also has a very clear irritation ceiling. I would say this is for someone whose skin is already retinoid trained and who doesn't mind going slow. Quick verdict, this is effective but not gentle. It is definitely suited for someone whose skin is retinoid trained and not for someone who is a beginner and have sensitive skin. Next up is the Centellian 24 Medica Cream Time Reverse. This one is marketed like a soothing barrier cream, but once I looked closer, I realized it also contains retinol, and that changes everything. So I don't see this as a plain calming cream at all. I see it more as a hybrid night cream, part barrier support, part mild aging. Beautiful rich texture, but I would not use this on already sensitized skin. Also, it's definitely fragranced, so that matters. This one here is best for someone who wants a richer anti-aging night cream and not for a compromised barrier. Next is this Shiseido Vital Perfection Intensive Wrinkle Spot Treatment A+. This is the luxury retinol in the lineup, and what stood out to me wasn't just the price, it was how well formulated it felt. It contains pure retinol, but it also has brightening, hydrating, and barrier supportive ingredients. So it didn't feel harsh at all. It actually felt more like a complete anti-aging treatment cream rather than a typical irritating retinol. I liked it, but honestly, what I took most from it was what a good retinol formula should look like. Not necessarily that you need to spend this much. This one here is a beautiful formula, smells amazing, feels amazing on the skin. Yes, it is expensive, and I would say it's a great example of smart formulation over just chasing percentages. Next up is the Banish Retinol plus Ceramide Serum. This is one of the most beginner-friendly retinoids I have tried. Especially if you have sensitive, acne-prone or reactive skin, the reason it stands out is the ceramide support. It gives you the resurfacing side of retinol without that classic dry, angry skin feeling. It felt soothing, easy to tolerate, and just very wearable in real life. This is one I genuinely enjoyed going back to. One of my top picks for beginners and sensitive skin. The next one here is the Wish Trend Retinal plus Bakuchiol. This one taught me a very important lesson, especially that a brand's clinical claims and visible mirror results are not the same thing. On paper, it sounds amazing, and in real life, it was definitely hydrating, gentle, and comfortable, but I did not see dramatic visible changes in 6 weeks. So I wouldn't call it a miracle product, but I would call it a safe, non-irritating, long-term retinal option if you want to start slow. This one is definitely very moisturizing, gentle, and soothing, but don't expect dramatic before and after results too quickly. Next on the list is one of my all-time favorites, I would say, Iope Retinol Super Bounce Serum. This is honestly one of the most comfortable retinol products I have tried. It feels more like a hydrating serum moisturizer hybrid than a scary active. And I was even able to use it daily for 7 days without irritation. Did it erase wrinkles in a week? No. But my skin definitely looked plumper, bouncier, and fresher. This is a great example of a modern, beginner-friendly retinoid formula. It combines 4 different kinds of retinoids. That's why you see on the packaging written as Retinol 4X. This one is one of the easiest retinoids to begin with if you're just starting out, you have sensitive skin. Brand also claims you can use it even during the day, but when I tested this for the 7 days, and I still use it at times, but I only use it at night. Next is the ordinary retinol 1% in squalene. Now this is one I have tried multiple times over the years, and honestly, I have never been able to make it work consistently. Not because it burns or peels my skin weirdly, it doesn't, but because it keeps giving me breakouts. At first I thought it was the squalene, but after trying squalene in other products, which suited me well, I don't think that was the issue. I think for me, this 1% strength, this overall formulation is just too much in real life. This one here is definitely affordable and strong, but somehow it is not a very good match for my skin. Just so you know, I have sensitive skin, oily to combination sensitive skin. My skin feels super dry inside air-conditioned rooms, but when I step in the real outside weather, it starts to feel pretty oily. So that's the whole situation with my skin, and somehow this product didn't seem to sit well on it. Next up is the Primera Youth Radiance Vitatinol Serum. This one is interesting because it combines vitamin C and retinol. Yes, and it sounds exciting in theory, and to be fair, it was gentle and didn't irritate my skin at all. But in actual use, I didn't just feel like it added enough for me. This one is super hydrating, really elegant formulation, feels amazing on the skin, smells amazing. But there was one single problem with this product. Every time I would use it, the pump packaging annoyed me because it needed way too many pumps, as it wouldn't pump completely to cover my entire face properly. So overall, interesting product, sat very well on my skin. It's a beautiful formulation. As I said, it smells amazing, it feels amazing on the skin, but not a standout for me still. It's not a bad product, not at all, but somehow it is not a memorable product for me over the other retinols that I have tried. The last one on the list is the Nip Plus Fab Retinol Fix Blemish Gel Treatment 10%. This one is technically more of a targeted blemish treatment, but I have used it over larger areas of my face and my skin handled it surprisingly well. What stood out most was that it gave me a kind of instant next morning brightness without irritating my skin. So if your concerns are more like blemishes, post-acne marks, dark spots, and pores, this one makes more sense than if you are looking for a classic anti-aging serum. So overall, after trying all of these retinol and retinal products, I can say one thing very confidently. There really isn't one single best retinol for everyone. The right one honestly depends on your skin sensitivity, your barrier health, your experience with actives, and how realistic your expectations are. Some of these were definitely more beginner friendly, some of these were more result focused, and some just didn't make sense for my skin personally. But if there is one thing I hope this video helps you with, it's choosing a retinol based on what your skin can actually handle, not just based on hype, percentages, or marketing claims. Because with retinol, the goal is not to use the strongest product possible. The goal is to find the one you can actually stay consistent with. So if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.